Apocalypse Gaming.
First thing I did is add 4 cupfuls of self-raising flour. My actual beaker measures cup sizes, so it's a standard measurement if you're wanting to use that. So 4 cupfuls. I'm then going to take and add a 1/4 teaspoonful of baking powder. Let me see that, yep. So 1/4 teaspoonful of baking powder. I've got these little handy dandy spoons that have got the various different sizes measured on them. Next thing, it's optional again if you want to do this or not. I like it, it adds a nice flavour, is add some Italian seasoning. Anywhere between about a teaspoon and a tablespoon adds a nice flavour. I'm quite used to adding the amount that I like now, so I like it really strong, so it just depends on the way you want it. So that's that first part. Next part is we're going to add the water and the cheese. I'll just need to go and get the kettle boiled for adding that. Now I have 1 cup of grated cheese, which I add to the mix. And I'll start that mixing. Obviously, if you don't have a machine like this, you can mix it all by hand. But as I have the machine, I'm going to save labour and actually use it. So it's now 2 cups of boiling water. And now that's in there, I just need to leave the machine to mix it. I'm not going to bore you by letting you watch this, but I do like the process, so I'm going to skip it into fast forward, you can watch it mix. So that's the dough mixed up, and I can now take and separate this to make my pizza base. So I'll take that over and we'll set up in here. What I'm doing is just preparing the sauce for the base. All it is a mix of Italian seasoning and tomato puree. I've added, as you can see, a reasonable amount of Italian seasoning. That's completely optional. It just depends on how well seasoned you want it. And then next is a full tube of tomato puree. This, as we know, covers all 3 pizzas. It gives a nice light tomato base without being too heavy, too thick or too runny. You can always make them runnier if you want, but I like quite a stiff dry sauce, so that's what this gives us. It's just a case of mix it in. So you don't need to watch me mix it all the way in, so I'll mix this fully and then that's ready to apply to the base. We're going to need a bit of flour on our work surface, but instead of just wasting the flour, what we can also do is put some flour down on our cooking trays that the base is going to be going into, just to help prevent them sticking. So, as we know, this is for making 3 pizzas. They are prepped, and then a bit more flour down on the work surface. Now we take our dough, all we're doing is kneading that down a couple of times, and then we'll separate it into 3 different sections. So just roughly guesstimating what looks like 3 equal portions through rough pick it up and feel. Could be a lot more accurate than this if I wanted, but it's just roughly what feels right. Means that somebody might get a slightly larger pizza than somebody else, but those are the breaks. There's generally not much to judge between them. They all feel about right now, so sit to a side, and all I do is press it down and keep pressing it out, flip it over occasionally, just till we start getting the round pizza shape that we're looking for. I ain't a pizza master, so I ain't going to pick it up, spin it and swirl it. Hey, if you're good enough to do that at home, go for it. I ain't. But this is all we're doing. We get the rough round shape that we require and we're looking for. Bring over the tray, press it on. It's still too small. The amount of dough that this recipe makes should give you 3 nice thin bases filling most of these trays, which I think are about 12-inch trays. I'll measure it and stick it down in the description of the video, I'm not sure. I think they're about 12. So that's all we're doing. I'll go and do the other two, there's no point you watching me do that with others, so back shortly. Now that the bases are ready, we take and we put each of the bases in our oven, and we do this for the 10 minutes, and we have that at about 190 for 10 minutes, 180, 190 for 10 minutes. Whilst that's cooking down, I'm going to clean up my work surfaces and we'll come back shortly. Here we have a bunch of different toppings and our base that we've just prepared. The toppings I prepare before I start putting the bases in. So we have mushroom, onion, grated cheese, we have prawn and we have smoked sausage. So we're going to have 2 smoked sausage, mushroom and onion pizzas and a prawn, mushroom and onion pizza. So I'll come back when the bases are ready to come out of the oven. This is ready to come out of the oven, cooking nicely. The reason that you do this is to stop the bases getting soggy, so you can bring them out first, or try cooking for 10 minutes first, and then you can put them back in after we put our tomato base on, and the rest of our toppings for that matter. So it's just a case of, just be careful you don't burn yourself at this point. I've got a silicone handling tool. Let's just spread it round. As I say, I put it on really thin, still a reasonably strong taste but not overpowering. I'll do the other 2 and we'll come back and add some toppings to these babies. Okay, that's all 3 pizzas now. Got the tomato base on. Now what I tend to do is I'll just do the one pizza and show you. We can show you the final results of all 3. But I tend to sprinkle a little bit of cheese down first before I put my rest of my toppings on. And then we've got some onion onto this one. Lots and lots and lots of nice thick topping. Some good old mushrooms. Don't ask me the calorie count of these, but it's bloody huge. But that's what you want for a gaming pizza. And then prawns on this one. So these have been left to marinate all day, just so they're nice and flavoursome. They were taken out of the fridge a couple of hours before they go on the pizza. Just to let the temperature change up a bit and allow the marinade just to get right through it. I seem to think it makes them slightly less watery feeling when they're on the pizza, as prawns can leave your pizza very, very watery if you're not careful. prawns on, and then it's just a cheese topping and into the oven with it. Exact same idea for the other two pizzas I'm going to make, except it's going to be smoked sausage. Be very boring if you're left to watch me put the toppings on them as well. I'm sure you can figure that part out. So I'll come back to you when these pizzas go into the oven, or come out of the oven. There's no point you seeing it in, you know how it goes in an oven, so I'll come. Well, I don't know how you guys feel, but I think that's 3 very scrummy looking pizzas. So I'm away to eat these. Not all by myself though. I wish I was. Bye bye.